good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves Kevon and Azem featuring Jade, Quinnis Johnson.
Morning.
Hello.
It's Monday.
It is. And it's off to a roaring start, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Kevon.
out the gate.
Mm-hmm. I want to redo.
Yeah.
What to respond?
The answer is yes.
Yes, everything is yes.
Oh, boy. But how everybody doing? How you guys? Okay, Jade, we'll deal with you later. Kevon, how you doing?
Relatively okay, I suppose.
Yeah, how the weekend was like in space?
Spacey.
Spacey. I mean, I would hope that space is spacey.
Oh, they lied.
Full of space.
Hey, remember they said that space is all a myth and created in a sound stage somewhere.
Listen,
Yeah.
you said that, right? And I remember I had a conversation with somebody. This wasn't my friend. I mean, I wouldn't have judged them if that was my friend either way, but it's just some random guy that I met, and me and him have a mutual friend, and he was telling me that space doesn't exist and that there's a dome around.
He's a flat earther.
There's a dome around the earth, and apparently the dome projects like the stars and the sun
You watch a little one too many sci-fi
and the
movies.
moon.
Yeah, the flat earther.
Yeah.
Like I've spoken to flat earthers before, and it's
I was
it's
astonished.
interesting.
I was astonished. I thought he was joking, and then I realized only me was laughing.
Yeah, that does be the thing, eh? When somebody
Yikes.
when somebody they're dropping in knowledge on you and you're cracking up,
Azem,
and then
I
you're
and I
like,
laugh at everything. So I was having a fit, and the man was dead serious.
Yeah. But the thing
Dead
that troubles me about this is how did you not judge him? You're supposed to judge him, Jay.
Not judge him.
Oh, okay.
Not judge him.
Okay.
Internally.
Good,
I
good,
tried
good,
to
good,
explain externally,
Right.
but I judged him internally. That's where I think the laugh was.
Oh, right.
Y'all are some creative thinkers.
No, but there's literal it's a full theory, you know. Like it's a full theory. Like I've watched the flat Earth videos and so.
You have?
Yeah.
I need to.
Yeah, cause I need to know.
I've watched them before because I wanted to see. I'm not knocking them, or telling them it, but I want to see
Who
what
ain't
their
knocking
thought
them?
process is. Well, I like.
You
as
better
in,
knock.
I want to hear. I want to hear what their thought process is.
Yeah.
Let me understand. Let me see why you think this.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I understand.
I understand, but it just does not connect to me.
No, this is the thing. I understand until you start asking a few simple questions. When you start asking a few simple questions, then it all kind of falls apart.
Like which one?
Yeah, it's very flawed. It's not I think it's a theory that applies to people who don't further their inquiries.
That's okay.
Because if you
we need those
as
type
I
of
said,
people in the world.
when you start asking questions, the theory falls apart very quickly.
Because you start I'm very outside of having to question things like literally prove the curvature of the earth. Like you could test it. Like you could do like a grade 3 science test where you go and figure out that the earth is curved, right? But I just start asking people since you're into conspiracy theories and so I just be like, so you want to tell me that the entire aviation industry is involved? Because that means instead of
the governments,
everybody got to be involved.
the scientists.
How we could get that kind of coordination? We can't get
This-
coordination
we mean,
to
this
end
is-
world hunger.
We're coordinating for a thing, remember? A pandemic, so what do you mean? Yeah, that's what I said. We're coordinating in a pandemic. All the governments, all the doctors.
Yeah, it's
All the
basically
scientists.
one
Jade.
big secret mission.
Yeah. The 5G people, which would be what? The phone people?
I
The
guess.
phone companies?
Telecommunication.
All of them.
Telecommunication.
Yeah, everybody just...
Everybody coordinating, but not for
What?
nothing that we actually need coordination
No,
for.
right now
Okay.
that they're bombing up places in the east, and kids are dying and all of that. They can't coordinate for that,
Okay.
but they're coordinating for.
It's where you put your energy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, but Jade, let's
Why? No, it's okay.
no, let's X out this morning. Let's speak about your weekend
okay.
up until like last night.
No, it was good until what time maybe 7:30.
Oh, okay.
My weekend was quiet. I just stayed home and mummied.
Oh.
Yeah. You ever tried to wash a toddler here?
Yes.
Is it fun?
No.
Okay. That was my
That is why I just hold them by the legs and turn them upside down and dunk them. Just do the dunk thing.
like he was a priest when he was baptizing the baby.
Oh.
And he just looked over to try to kill the child.
I was like, yo, how the father in just
And
reach
the
up
mother,
and
they're
the
just
pulpit
chilling.
with like.
But I was up there as everybody standing up watching
That's why I can't understand.
dip the child.
So I can't understand.
Yeah, it was wild.
I don't know. But
Yeah, Axman, that's exactly what we're about to talk about because Google acting up. So
But yeah, I think I took these on the weekend too.
you usually do, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
took these on the weekend. Did some work here and there. But that's pretty much. Yeah, it was pretty much just a slow one.
Not bad. I like slow.
Took some time, did some introspection, some self-evaluation. Yes.
Oh, how was that for you?
Very depressing.
Yeah.
But and that is why I try to do it actually every morning. Keeps me humbled.
You
And,
depression?
and depressed.
Oh. I was trying to figure out what. Yeah.
No, but sometimes you gotta take stock. You gotta take stock, man. Yeah. Sometimes you ain't got no stock, but take it still.
I agree. And then sometimes you just have to have some apple cider vinegar in your eye. Virtually blinding yourself. Yes.
I bet you wish them glasses were real now.
My glasses weren't on yet. Well, you keep saying my glasses not real. My glasses are real. They're real for the job that I have to do. They're blue light glasses. Blue lights, blue lights, blue lights.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, not at all. Like,
Okay.
if that's what you gotta tell yourself.
It's like you want me to be blind. Like, y'all may understand. Yeah, happy that one of us could see. I mean, I almost joined y'all today, right? Today we did there. That I was almost on y'all team, but you know.
Yeah. I'm glad you're still the opposition.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. See, this is how you get along. Shit.
Oh boy.
Kevon, ready for us now?
I suppose.
Okay, sing away. You see, I got way to think of my glasses.
I ain't make you do a thing.
Not you, this one here.
Morning, Witty.
Oh. I'll wrestle that up with Mr. Jesus.
Like,
You get to me kicked out my community.
you're an imposter, Jade. That's why it is.
You get to me kicked out.
A
my
fraud.
Wow.
Which is why it is.
A fraud and an imposter.
One big fraud.
That's okay. Somebody has to be fraud.
You really Among Us by. This really reminded me of Among Us. Jade is the imposter. Everybody want to be the imposter, so you're cool.
Thank you, Axman.
You're not alone in this, okay,
somebody
Jade?
who's actually listening. He said Jade did say that they are for the computer screen, which I did many times.
Are they though?
They literally brilliant.
Are they though?
Read the update and leave me alone, okay? Tell the people how much
Are they
corona
though?
injections we done give up. Please.
Jade's being
And sing
wicked to
because
the
Joseph
boy.
listening.
Okay. Well, while Jade gently curses us out, let's
Very
give you
gently.
some vaccine updates before we move on. So, as of Saturday, the 15th of May, this is the 69th report of the vaccinations. And we are at 17,198 doses administered. To break it down, first dose, we are at 42.9%. Second dose is 9.2%, which brings a total of fully vaccinated persons up to 3,042. So,
As I remember, I
seeing
told
the
you that we're
numbers.
going to hit 50% by next month. You see how fast we're moving?
Yeah, we're going cricket.
It jumped. This is a jump.
Remember cricket
It was a
happening,
big jump.
so
It was a big
massive
jump.
because remember
CPL.
for one of the weeks it was just sort of stagnant. It was just sort of like stuck on 30 something.
The government
And now we like
CPL
shooting
and
into
everybody
the
was like,
40s.
I could take a vaccine. Yeah.
So it's jumping. It's a big jump actually. So we're now at
I actually think we're doing pretty
17,000
good. Like,
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
We have to do an experiment
So-
on the show. Somebody told me to get a magnet and to place it by my
Oh, that they're going all over on the internet.
No,
Vaccine
we saw
site.
that video. We saw the video.
I need a
That
magnet.
videos, bro. Like people from all
Videos.
over the world doing this. I see some Jamaicans doing it. I see some
Yeah, I saw
Trinidadians
the
doing
Jamaican
it.
video. I need it. Somebody bring me a magnet so we could test this live on here.
But Yaz ain't done. I think Yaz maybe done fade, man.
For sure.
I don't know, but I don't think putting a magnet on
Why?
your skin is very good at all. Like,
I mean, ain't a problem.
No, I ain't not gonna to you, but I just
yeah,
wanted
them,
to
but
show.
just just don't. Just okay. Let me rephrase that. Don't walk up to random people and do it
That sounds better. That's why I'm doing it on myself.
because you don't know
Don't
what
walk up to
things
random
people might
people.
have.
That's a thing?
Pacemakers. People might have,
But
other
you're
things.
human.
Don't walk up to strangers and try to. Or other people, ask permission before you do it. If you
Why are
want
you
to try
asking
it,
people
just
to
don't
put
do
a
it.
magnet on the don't ask nobody that.
Cool, whatever, but I just
If you
don't
want to
take
do
it
it,
upon yourself to do it.
Go take the vaccine, then go to
And
TDC
do it
and buy a
yourself.
magnet and connect the two if you want to test this. But don't ask. Imagine if
But wait,
I
to me,
walk into town and you come up.
late.
What?
Yeah,
Axeman late.
Axeman has not been seeing Kevon jump between scenes for like the last 3
Oh.
weeks.
Yeah, I have many scenes. I have
Yeah.
a scene when the show is complete chaos. I have a scene where I'm being smart, which is this one. I have a scene where I just
Which is this
don't
one.
really read anything, which is just nothingness. I have many.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I had my port theme when I was talking about port related
Oh yeah,
incidents.
yeah.
And also you have a space one.
And a space one.
Oh boy.
But yeah, that was interesting. Was it interest? Come on, you sideways. Where are you sideways?
No gravity, Jade.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
true.
no gravity in space. Like, what?
You see your trouble now? You're gone.
I'm not gone. I'm right here.
Oh hey, look at you.
He had to
in
be
space.
he had to reorient the camera
Yes,
because there's no gravity.
I forgot.
Mhm.
But yes, so since you said mine were off, when you do yours, I'm going to take a magnet. Can I? Kevon said to ask permission. Can I?
Oh, sure, why not?
Okay. And I'm going to put it next to your hand and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's interesting what people come up with.
Gotcha. This just remind me of when everybody was balancing the room.
So what happened
Maybe
last time
what
y'all
started the
did it?
pandemic?
Remember last time y'all did it, a pandemic started.
That's when he started the
Oh.
pandemic.
Alone. Please leave the booms and the magnets alone. Y'all need to stop playing with things.
Mm.
As soon as y'all balance y'all boom, a pandemic starts,
Watch it. Let me tell you something. I don't understand. When we were younger, the things we had to worry about was like Ouija boards and so. No,
Right. I
never
these
worried
people
about them.
taking household items and creating like pandemics. What going on?
And doing seances.
All too idle.
Oh boy.
Y'all are way too idle, man.
Mm.
Anyway, Kevon, what else is happening in and around the region?
Good morning, my friend. My friend says good morning, so good morning, my friend. Oh, tea time. Hee hee. Yes, Joseph. I got to do it. Joseph, he almost catch me because I almost forget, but I see him make a comment, so he exposed himself.
Indeed.
So let's talk about something happening in the region. So Trinidad and Tobago is declaring a state of emergency because COVID-19 cases are surging.
No.
Trinidad and Tobago will impose a state of
Had some
emergency from
pictures from
midnight
Kevon,
to
yeah.
contain an increase of COVID-19 cases and related deaths, Prime Minister Keith Rowley said on Saturday. Rowley also imposed a curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. local time, with some exceptions to essential services, including the energy sector, supermarkets, and pharmacies. The Twin Islands state was experiencing a third wave of COVID-19. 7 hospitals caring for COVID-19 patients are at critical stage of 73% overall occupancy, which is not good at all. With a population of more than 1.3 million people, Trinidad and Tobago has registered 15,375 infections. 5,214 of them are active, and 265 resulted in deaths. Oh boy. So health officials have cited a highly transmissible Brazilian variant, first identified in a Venezuelan migrant. Some 60,000 persons have received their first dose of the vaccine, but only 1,000 of those have received the second dose. So, yeah. So, yeah, the first dose is good, but like our good doctors have said, first dose takes to about a 60% coverage. Second dose boosts you to where you need to be. So, it's nice that you have the first one in your system at least, but it's kind of not. It's not a great protection.
That is wild.
At level.
Trinidad wasn't gearing up for Canada.
Yeah,
No? How did they
No. They cancelled the carnival a
No,
long
they
time.
done
Long time
Long
since
time.
last year. Like they lay earlier clock,
Yeah.
like no, that ain't happening.
But
Yeah.
Trinidad is not doing great. Yeah, we see that kind of happening.
Yeah.
We see vaccines rolling out and we see a lot of situations going down, but then we see a few countries that are now spiking because people are not specific to Trinidad, because I don't know what the situation is in Trinidad, but a lot of people are now being a lot more carefree since having the vaccine, which is not really great because there are persons that don't have the vaccine. So
Yeah, I think it's also important to note that we need to continue to adhere to the protocols.
I saw the CDC said you can stop wearing masks. Like, listen, no.
I think that's a bigger part of a bigger plan,
Yeah.
but why not?
Let's go down this road. Which plan?
No, I just feel like, okay, if the CDC says like fully vaccinated people could gather, could do all these things like without going maskless. To me, it only makes sense that you would then have to randomly check people to see if they've been vaccinated.
And also,
Right? And I think that opens up the door to more random checks. Like, I ain't supposed to be walking on the road and nobody asking me to see nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like,
and
I just walking on the road, you could just come up to me and decide you want to see paperwork. Like
you
that,
mean like vaccine police?
that they
Like the vaccine police?
yeah, yeah, exactly. That reminds me of like
basically,
Europe in the 1940s.
Because I was
Stop in
thinking,
church.
right? Let's say
Where your
that
papers?
is the case. How will you know that I'm fully vaccinated and I'm just not just wearing a mask?
No, but
You
if
can't tell somebody's fully vaccinated by just watching them. So how will you know that this person is fully vaccinated? How will you know the population
That's what I'm
who is
saying.
outside is fully vaccinated?
That's what I'm saying. You got to check. It's one thing. It's one.
Police.
It's one thing if you're going into an establishment and whatever, because then you're choosing to display it because you want to do this or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a park, walk and like on the
How am I
beach,
supposed to know? 4th Street on a Friday.
well, I don't know if we're gonna get to that point where it's just like fully vaccinated people could do this and do that. But then again, like why people anyway in the
Are they
mask,
supposed to-
like so them, like even so like.
They're already not adhering to the protocols. What are you
Right.
talking about?
No,
Yeah.
right.
Yikes.
And it's rough because we see what happened with just one person, getting into a community. We see what happened in Anguilla.
And then we're seeing what happened in Trinidad. We're seeing what happened in India.
We see what happened in where was it in St Vincent, St Lucia?
Well, wait, no,
Where Chef Love from?
Lucia.
St Lucia.
St. Lucia.
And
And,
we're
uh,
seeing what happened in St. Vincent with the spikes in COVID because of the shelters and everybody being gathered together.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know what to tell you about.
No, but I just think it's important that we continue to recognize that as much as the vaccines are important to the plan of getting back to normal and dealing with the pandemic, it's just part of the approach. It's not like
The end all be all.
yeah, it's not the end all be all. Like you got
Yeah.
at least not now.
I know it all.
The Seychelles had 60% people vaccinated.
2026. Not bad. That's a good end. That's a good year.
2026.
Stressful
Yeah,
situation.
Not 2022 for sure. Definitely not 2021. We're almost halfway through the year. Are we almost? And we're still.
Yeah, we're coming on the 6-month mark.
Yeah.
I see Taiwan. Taiwan was one of those places that had been dealing with this pretty decently too, and then I realized now over the weekend they're having some issues. Like people went and like buy up all like clear up the stores. That's how crazy it was.
Yeah. And we now see
Call some of Taiwanese friends and see what's going on. Right?
Yeah, why? Listen, honestly, just we is tired.
Why am I in a pandemic? Why am I?
Yeah, they couldn't wait till after.
Because a bird had sex with a bat.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all. That's really what it is.
But I thought you told me it was from the phones that was
No,
setting up
that's
this
what some
fire.
people were saying.
So
Oh.
some people say.
That's what some people were saying.
But
And I thought it was made in a
A
most
bird,
more than most
in-
likely it was made in a lab. Well, I mean, if it was an accident, but
yeah, this starting to feel very lavish.
yeah, boy. First I was watching people like, nah, that didn't happen. But now,
Yeah, very lavish. Very lab-like.
yeah, this you're feeling humanish. And I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked because humans have a history of doing things that cause death.
You mean things that could absolutely annihilate the entire population of the earth?
Literally doing things.
Simply
That-
put,
Yeah. It's like, guess what, guys? I was home. I had an idea.
Let me test it out.
You
And it's like-
think we could like shoot atoms at one another fast enough for them to like totally blow up a continent?
Nah.
You
But
sure?
let me test it.
Let me test this.
anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Like I can't wait to hear the actual story.
No, this never coming out.
You think so?
It's never coming out. This China, you know. It's never coming out.
Yeah, this is one of them. This is one of them things that done redacted so much you don't even. It's just a black paper.
Yeah, because I was
May
looking
not
at
happening.
some information where somebody was speaking about how the World Health Organization was trying to get some information from China and the struggles it is and
Yeah, that's a usual thing.
but tell the people you mess up. Tell the people you mess up and you almost end the world.
Well,
This probably not going to be the last time, so
no,
tell
but
them.
but it might not have been a government thing. It might have been like
well,
private researchers.
whoever, I didn't think it was government. I think it was some like
Private researchers.
yeah, was trying to see, you know. I mean, we have
Doing
to
virus, but they do virus research all over the world. Like this ain't nothing new. Like,
exactly, and then the virus research.
Just kind of got out.
Yeah, or maybe somebody actually knock over something, two things mixed together, and then poof, a pandemic.
Maybe they weaponize. Maybe they're trying to weaponize viruses. Who knows?
Russia did it, didn't they? I'll try
Big
to.
up Sputnik one time on our side. before Jade posted.
What is? What
Please,
is
you know,
it?
Russia listening. Come on.
You think so?
Russia listening island to you right now. Somebody in the Kremlin listening island to you right now. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, there's somebody assigned to everything. Like when we
is
put
Russia,
on the air,
That's true.
they were like, "Oh, new program, come." We put out that application.
Yikes.
Hire somebody to sit down and listen to us every day.
Look here, Russia literally wanted a database of everybody's face and put out an app that make you look old. Then the people should be and download it.
Listen, the
Yeah.
things that
And
we
then
just do,
everybody went to play with the app, and yeah.
I thought they got a database of everybody's face.
we don't. And the funny thing is, right? A lot of us don't even read. We see a new thing come up. Next thing you know, the whole of Facebook got old people. Everybody just on Facebook
There was-
scanning the face.
There was two things about it. I like from the start. I was like,
Oh my god.
the first thing that hit me about this is why I want to see myself look old. That was the first thing. The second thing
I know how
was
I look. I know how I look old.
The
Just
sec-
older than this.
Yeah, with your father.
just look at your
Just with
father.
wrinkles.
I could just watch mommy.
I want to know how I look in a few years.
I know how I gonna look in a few years, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could just watch my mom.
Yeah, y'all genes strong for sure. Like you and Jade look like twins, eh?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, yeah, Jade, you copy and paste that face.
But the other thing was like I just knew like this was just Yeah, this here look like a scam, but this here look scamish.
But it's a lot of apps, Azem. There's so many new things that come up with these apps, right? And people just happy to do them. No matter what it is. They tell you, scan your fingerprint and I'm going to tell you how rich you're going to be in 5 years. Oh, let me see. Scan.
Yeah, now I have a database of all the fingerprints.
Yeah.
And the thing is, okay, let's look at it. Like even Instagram and Facebook and thing, like.
And TikTok.
No, but what I'm saying is people don't recognize in the terms and conditions, once you upload anything to these things, like you give up all your rights even to the content.
Yeah, you consent into it, basically.
Yeah, you consent.
People
So
do not read it.
not only consent into it, it's not okay. All the pictures I upload to Instagram are owned by Instagram.
Yes,
they're not. They're not.
Instagram tell you
It's not
they
like
can now use
yeah.
them.
And even if you delete it,
No.
Still is.
they're still there.
Mm-hmm. And there's I've seen the Instagram. There's people who have access to the database, and they'll show you look at this, and there's like a ton of
Like I remember
everybody
one time,
pictures.
right?
Yeah,
A long time ago, when MySpace was a thing. I remember I posted a photo on MySpace and I didn't like it anymore, so I deleted it. But then, back then it was a thing to Google yourself. So I remember Googling myself a while after, and the picture still showed up on Google. When I
Yeah.
clicked the link to the picture, it just took me to like one of those four pages.
Yeah.
But the picture was still there.
The picture's still there.
We literally give the internet and all these establishments all of our information, and we often see data mining. We often see leaks from these businesses, especially like Facebook.
I think
And
them
now
days
your
leaks.
information just there,
I think them days leaks.
wherever they be.
Them there is guys like just what you say one? Okay. We can't give it to you legally, so
Hack me.
hack me.
Oh my gosh, just hack me. Things are
You
so
know, this is
easily
like what
hackable except
this is
student
like the
loans.
vaccine thing. This is like the vaccine
Why
thing.
student loans is
The
so easy
vaccine
to
is
hack?
meant to track me, but then you're gonna download a new app to do some tracking. Like Facebook alone is
there's
all
way-
the tracking in the world.
That's why I keep telling people when they tell me, oh, the vaccine is a way to track you and stuff. I'm like, there's easier ways. Y'all actually give them the information without them needing to ask you for it.
One of the things that
Facebook, you give them your date of birth, your location, your occupation, your pictures, your marital status. You give them
Your number,
everything.
your email address,
your phone number, your
card
email address,
information.
your card information, your siblings, because you link your parents and you link.
Y'all
you
give them everything. They trust me. They don't need to put it in the vaccine. Y'all already provide them with enough information.
One of the things that is interesting too, the fact that we don't recognize that even some of our the hardware that we use, we communicate in. So for instance, I had a friend. He's a IT. He's really good at IT. And he was telling me he bought some security cameras online, and he was tracking the data transmission because he into that kind of stuff, track network and seeing where all the packets going on and them things, and the camera kept trying to send information to China.
Hello?
So so he literally just had to, he said, he had because his firewall, he got some advanced firewall and whatever. So it's firewall kept telling him hey, we're having some weird communication here. He gonna check, it was the camera. The camera on his network was sending information back to China.
That is
Are trying to.
And that's why now laptop laptop accessory companies sell camera covers, because your camera can be accessed without you even, because most of the time your cameras have lights on your computer to let you know it's active and in use. But hackers have found a way to activate that camera without the light going off. So they sell camera covers, cover your camera. Or people with, security companies would sometimes tell you
Just
your
tape
laptop
it.
is not in use. Close it.
Yeah, tape. Just put
close
some
it.
tape.
Tape it, close it, or use one of those little cute slider things to cover your camera. But
Kevon, we have a very special friend in studio with us here, so you know what's gonna happen now. We're gonna actually, you're just watching me, you know what to do.
so we will take a very short break and we'll come back with more Island Tea on WINNMedia. it end. We will be right back.
Faced with tough decisions every day, but choosing the right home or motor insurance shouldn't be one. You need fast claim settlement from a company that's been rooted for over 31 years. And don't forget the A Excellent rating by AM Best. Make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Reliable insurance that you can count on. Get a quote today for your home, motor, contents, and liability insurance needs, and make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance. Tomorrow secured. Local agents. Dalil Walwyn & Co. Limited. Telephone 465-2631 or 469-5303 for the Nevis office.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never, so why all the hurry? Mishaps. The road is now a racetrack, threatening life and property, and all the result of that led to death and injury. Inconsiderate driving, this nonsense need to stop. Stop. I'm making it my business to alert all motorists, especially those who love to break traffic laws. I have seen what speed can do. Here I am to your rescue to help you to live. Just take this advice I give. I want in all drivers to take care of your passengers. Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. How much more tragedy we have to endure to face the reality. Less is safer than more. I'm begging all my friends. Be careful on the road. Slow it down, slow it down. Hey, Raja, watch out for them donkeys. Road procedure, Granny reminisce about how it used to be more safer. They used to travel without the fear of getting hit by a speeding vehicle. Now it's the fast and furious. They ignoring the traffic code. They defeating the purpose of our lovely road. Driving too fast, some even overtaking corners too. Next you hear a low, low bam, another traffic jam. Somebody child fighting for their life. The rescue team does take so long before they respond. You're taking a serious risk, exceeding the speed limit. for the year. I don't beg you already, I won't beg you again. Because how things start, no so things does end.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves.
Yes, Kevon, we know.
Yeah.
Kevon, is it because of the song?
The darkness.
Yeah, I literally overheard
get that dark.
Good morning. I didn't realize that this song was very dark, man.
Good morning.
I didn't know it was go to them places.
There was a verse in this song that had my mouth open. Why is it so dark?
Right? I was over here like.
We had the
what is
writer
going
and the singer in here
on?
last week.
We've never played it this
me-
deep, so I've never noticed. Wow.
Sergeant
Wow.
Brown, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good.
It was a good weekend?
Yeah, it was a working weekend for me, as per usual.
So
yes.
no 6:30, no head tap, none of that.
no.
Can't do that.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone out there in Radio Land. Good morning. We are here once more with our weekly edition of Traffic Talk, which is aired every Monday morning right here on WINN FM 98.9 FM. As per usual, I do trust and hope that everyone had an okay weekend, restful, and are now fully charged to proceed with this week's events. We have next week. I'm reminded that Monday is a public holiday, and as per usual, we want to ask everyone to be careful on the road, both motorists and pedestrians alike.
For sure.
Definitely, we don't want any mishap. We don't want any mishaps.
And we want to also change the expectation that on the holidays, look out for these things. Like, we want to change the perception.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yeah, I just want to remind the motoring public, most to those persons traveling in the St. Peter's area, to and from the St. Peter's area, as you would have realized that some road works are being undertaken there in the new road area. So we just want persons to be guided, just to be aware, and you take the necessary diversions, cuttings and cutouts as per you would guide you along, so you could reach your destinations without any delay. And as usual, plan your timing, plan your route ahead. So we just want to remind persons of that road work, that project that is being ongoing in the new road, the St. Peter's area. Also, again, we are still having problems with our passenger buses. I'm going to be directing my comments to those persons who are applying the East Line services. We are still having problem with those drivers going on at the West Bus Terminal and causing problems there. We want everyone just to be just to cooperate with the police officers, cooperate with each others, and we should have a smooth and flowing route. I would want to also touch, as we are into this, I want to remind the passenger buses of the route that is being laid out for them. I would start with the northeastern route. That is the route for the, as we said, the East Bus services. You're going to be entering from the northeast, coming in from Kevon direction. You're going to be continuing along Wellington Road. You're going to be going down Johnston Street, onto Pond Road, onto Sandown Road. That's to take a right onto Sandown Road, another right onto the Bay Road, returning along the Bay Road, Sandown Road. That is now, we are now returning along the Bay Road, left onto Sandown Road, right onto Pond Road, Brand Street to Wellington Road, and hence continuing in a northeasterly direction, going towards Kevon direction. Okay. I would want to also remind the persons who apply the west route. You're going to be entering from the west, continuing along Kevon Street, down Cunningham Street, onto Horsford's Road, to Wilkins Street, and hence to the Bay Road. And you're going to be returning now along the Bay Road, yes, up into Wilkins Street, and you'll be continuing along Horsford's Road to Cunningham Street and along Kevon Street, hence continuing in a westerly direction going towards the west. And those persons playing the north route, that is the Monkey Hill route, you are entering from the north, continuing along College Street to the Bay Road, returning along the Bay Road to College Street, and hence continuing in a northeasterly direction, traveling towards St. Peter's. I hope I was clear enough. So for those passenger buses, persons playing the different routes, the East Line, the West Line, and the Monkey Hill route. So I hope everyone would have taken note of that.
All right, I had a question. I see some of the passenger buses, those that run the West Line.
Yeah.
They drive up on Fort Thomas Road. So I think they come up at the bottom of Market Street there and come across on Fort Thomas Road and then take a right down College Street to go back to the terminal.
Yes. Let me jump in there. What happens on Saturday? There is only we allow persons to take that route on Saturdays only from 7 in the morning to 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh, so
what happened is that they'll be coming up the Bay Road, taking a left onto Lower Malone Avenue, and then a right down Fort Thomas Road, straight down onto College Street. Take a right and enter in onto the Bay Road back to their terminal.
And
this is because of
the
market and the heavily congestion there at Saturday mornings. Persons doing their vending, and
so that's only on Saturdays.
Just on Saturdays.
Because
only.
I've seen.
What we do too is not really to cut you. What we do, we have signs erected along that route, but we're still having situations where persons are still passing the no entry sign. One is placed at the bottom there at Malone Avenue, so as to direct the vehicular traffic up Malone Avenue.
Right.
Yeah, and there's also one at the junction of Malone Avenue and Fort Thomas Road, yes, just to the top, and there's a slight hill there, so no vehicles are allowed to enter into Lower Malone Avenue.
Right.
You either take a left, go straight up Malone Avenue, or you continue straight down Fort Thomas Road.
Right. So if you're coming down Fort Thomas, Road, it's only one way.
Yeah.
You can't take that right
You
down
can't
Malone
take a
Avenue
right.
on
You
Saturdays.
either take a left
Or continue.
or you continue straight along
Right.
Fort Thomas.
All right. The reason I was asking that is, like I said, I'd seen several buses taking a route where they would drive along Fort Thomas Road towards and they come up maybe at the bottom of Market Street, right? And then take that right down. I was wondering if that was to maybe ease congestion as they try to enter the terminal.
They're not supposed to do that.
Okay.
What we also see is that we are having situations where persons from the West Line coming straight down from the college and entering straight down into Fort Thomas Road. That is not supposed to be happening. But we are still having these, as we usually call them, these lawbreakers, the lawless. Persons.
Lawless.
Yeah. So when they are caught, they're being dealt with.
Okay.
They're being dealt with.
So. I wanted to know officially that road that is, I don't know the name of the road, but it's directly across from the entrance to the ferry terminal. So it borders that building where the Kui building is. That small street, is that officially One way, no traffic. There's usually vendors on that road.
I'm not sure. Could you run that again? Run that.
It's at the bottom of what a lane is there. Okay, so if you're coming east,
Yeah.
you pass the College Street God. You pass College Street God.
College Street
Let's say
God.
you're going back up towards Market Street. It's the road on your left as you pass the God. That small street that there's usually vendors. right
Okay,
there.
I think you're speaking about Shailen.
The bottom of Shea Lane.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so lower Shea Lane.
Yeah,
Well,
Lower Shailen, the bottom of Shailen.
what's the status with that road? Is it now just for non-vehicular traffic or
No, it's a road. Vehicles are still allowed to travel there. It's a one-way going up.
going up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. There's signs erected on the as well showing that there are no parking. No parking is allowed there.
no, I know there's usually vendors there.
Yeah, vendors
so it seems
usually-
like there's not really traffic. I always used to wonder.
It's not a road that is used quite often.
I always used to wonder
Ah.
if it wouldn't help, and this is maybe something you could take on. It seems to me like sometimes the buses entering the ferry terminal could cause a backup of traffic on the Bay Road. So if they were to come up Lower Market Street, and then take that right, so they just literally have to just cross the road into the ferry terminal if that wouldn't help. But that's something you guys might
Yeah.
take into consideration.
Yeah. What we had before was that if you exit, the person is exiting the terminal, the west terminal, they weren't allowed to take a right turn. Yes,
right.
yeah, I don't know if you can remember that.
Yes.
There were signs.
No right turn. Yeah.
No right turn. So you go straight up to Market Street, or you take a left and you continue. But we realized it was causing a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had to take out that and allow vehicles to make that right turn. But we are not encountering any problems. We are seeing that it's been working. The vehicles are flowing freely. We are not having any major backlog of the traffic there. So that was one of the reasons why we would have taken it out. Yes.
Also, I see some people trying to call. Feel free to call back.
Yeah, sure. This is the program. This is the program. We want to get your feedback, your critiques, and your comments and your commendations. We have a call. I'm told. Call go straight. You're live on Traffic Talk.
Mr. Brown, a very good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Can I take the
You're
liberty and
so
say?
clear, clean, and precise with what you say.
I didn't hear you. Repeat. Could you repeat?
You're so clear, clean, and precise with what you've just said, especially about the Fort Thomas Road, but none of that is adhered to, especially on a Saturday morning. Nobody studies about driving on the Bay Road and then come up Malone Avenue. I stood on my step on Saturday and I count 13 buses coming straight from up Cunningham Street, straight through Fort Thomas Road and going straight onto Liverpool to get down to the ferry terminal. So I don't know what instructions are being followed. You're talking about people are being caught and prosecuted. I would like to see a list of how many have been prosecuted. I even wonder if you did what you said you were going to do. You spoke to me personally and you said that you'd spoken to the traffic officers and asked them to go by 5 ways and stand there and to carry out their duties. None of that is being adhered to. I've never seen a police there. So I don't know, unless they are invisible policemen. I can tell you, if I were to stand on my step and record the amount of buses passed through here, I wouldn't have enough paper to write on. And I'm glad the person who is directing the program this morning said that he himself saw buses coming through Fort Thomas Road. Because that is a fact. And I'm certain if you were to come across here around 10 o'clock, 10:30, you would see buses still coming through here. Nobody is adhering to your rules and regulations. Somebody went and took down the sign. In the first instance, apparently they couldn't see it as a claim. And then it was offending some person or persons who ripped it down, and it has not been put back. You need to put 2 signs, and they must be visible. They must be big enough for people to see them, and you must have police or crossing guards, if the crossing guards have the authority to execute summonses, put them there. I know you told me that you're not in charge of roads, but she should come across there and she'll get some job to do. Anyhow, thanks for all you've tried, and you've tried. I must give you credit for that. You explained yourself very well just now, but it's not adhered to. Have a good day. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, scholar, and God bless you as well. Yes, as I would like you, I'm glad for that. Those words, caller. We are not perfect, and I would said yes, we do police that road. Probably when you're out, when you're looking on or looking by, probably it might be the time when the officers might have to be elsewhere. But we do police that areas, and we do prosecute busmen more so, ticket them for driving off the bus route. So I want to, I wouldn't want to say apologize for us not being seen by you, but what I can say is that we do police that area. So I just want to put that out there. And thank you very much again for your call. We have another caller. Caller, go right ahead. You're live on Traffic
Hey,
Talk.
good morning, officer.
Good morning.
And good morning to all the tea drinkers.
Morning.
Yes. Don't get too high. Now, good morning to Culture, your police without pay. Notice he has not been calling because I think he's not well.
Oh.
So you got to shout up your officer, you know.
I have to do that, yes.
And hard working police without pay.
That's
So
true.
Culture,
That's
if
true.
you're listening, we wish you well. Now I'm coming about Salpan Alley again.
South Penn Alley, yes.
Salpan Alley, where they have this car wash.
Okay.
I spoke to you already about it. I harass Minister Patrice Library when he was the Minister of Infrastructure to have the road paved because it wasn't paved for nearly a century. Since then, the heavy traffic containers and all kind of things have actually eroded the surface. But that is not the problem. The problem is getting our church a space to park. And to me, the unreasonableness of some of the persons there. I mean, they're practically washing and buffing cars right in front of the church. We have no place to park. And then my pastor uses a wheelchair, so they use the bus with the lift. And sometimes they have difficulty getting the driver getting the vehicle in because they park on both sides. And some of them have different sizes, having difficulty to allow the bus to go through and the pastor to be taken out of the bus. So I don't know if you could at least give us one on this side. Because the road is short, You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is unreasonable. Sometimes you're in the church trying to worship and the noise from the cleaning and everything right outside the door. And when our people come and we don't even have many people or many vehicles. We need space for at least 3 to 4 vehicles. Mark. So I don't know what you could do or speak to the people who are running this car wash. Because to me, it is unreasonable. Very unreasonable. They park on both sides. I mean, they know the time. We start at 10:30. We go till about 1. Find some way, when you open a business like that, you must have an idea where you're going to put the vehicles then.
That's true.
They pack up the guts, and then they pack up the alley.
Okay, caller. I heard you, and
and this is the second time you're hearing me.
Yes, and it might have slipped me as to when
I shall harass you until I get something done.
Okay, caller.
All right.
Yeah, I want to promise you that we will look into it and see how best we can adjust that
Maybe they
situation.
could do something, at a
Yes,
certain
yes.
time.
Yes,
Move
yes.
some of the vehicles in.
Yeah, I promise you that we will look into it and we'll address it as best
And
as
I
we
hope
can.
they're listening to me too.
I do hope so too. I hope that they're listening and they'll
Yeah,
make some
we
adjustments.
don't want to put them out of business, but
That's-
we want them to be reasonable.
But we want them to respect the church as
Respect
well.
for God's house.
Yeah, respect for we want them to have some respect. So we'll
Okay,
definitely
have a good day, everybody.
yes, have a good day as well. We'll definitely look into it, caller. I'm glad for that. Thank you very much for that call. Yes, sir. Yes, we want to continue with the program. We want to just ask. I'll just repeat what that last caller would have said. Persons who are disturbing, who are in that area, the South Pan area, as was said, we want you to have some respect. I mean, pay some. I mean, as the caller rightfully says, they're not trying to take any bread out of your hands, but the church, you have to respect the church, and you know.
So, we're not sorry.
Yeah.
Were you finished?
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have a comment that says there is an accident at the airport roundabout right now because the majority of drivers do not know how to use the roundabouts, and week after week the traffic department and public works do nothing about the signage at roundabouts. Police have no clue how to use the roundabouts either, as one was seen on the weekend actually parked inside the roundabout blocking a lane. What is the traffic department actually going to do to protect drivers, or are they going to wait until someone dies due to the constant misuse of the roundabouts?
So you're saying that there's an accident currently there?
That's what the person is
I
saying.
hope it's not. I hope no one is injured. But yes, we do inform persons. But I'm aware that plans are being made to have the roundabouts properly marked, because I think the road is now fitted and suited for it to be marked. So we are going to be doing the marking, and we hope that when the marks are being placed there, when the marking are done, that persons will better understand the proper usage of the roundabouts and have so there'll be less no incident accidents in those areas. We want persons to understand clearly, and I think you made a comment that the police are having difficulties as well using it.
Well, they said that.
That was part of the comment you would have.
Yes, they said that a police officer was actually parked in the roundabout over
Parked?
the weekend. Yes,
Parked
blocking a lane. Yes.
Wow, that is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. We don't want anyone, whether it be police or anybody at all, to be causing any unnecessary blockage or congestions on the streets, whether it be the roundabouts or wherever. We don't want no unnecessary blockage of these roads. So I'm sorry that the caller would have experienced a police parked in. They didn't specify which one the roundabout. But whichever, whether it's
No, but he also said
there should not be any parking in
He said
any
by
of
the
roundabout.
airport, and he also
okay.
said busmen do it to let people off as well.
That is wrong. That is not supposed to be. That is not supposed to happen. You're not supposed. You only how you're supposed to stop in the roundabout. I would imagine that to avoid any incident. So you might have to come to a stop or slow down or whatever the case may be. But to say blocking and stopping right in the roundabout, that's a no. But as I said, I hope no one is injured. No, I hope there's no injury in that accident. That emailer or writer would have informed us about the accident at the airport roundabout. And I would imagine that the police are already doing the investigation there. So yes, it's now time for us to wrap. It's now 10 minutes after the hour of 9. It was great being here once more. And I just wanted to remind persons of the ongoing road work project that is being done in the New Road area. Persons traveling along the St. Peter's route. Just to take notice, just to be reminded that the works are being done there, so you'll have to do the necessary diversions to take you to your destination. So drive with care, drive with caution, be safe, not just for you, but all for other road users as well. And also, we would just want the cooperation of all passenger bus drivers, whether it be the East Line, the West Line, or the Monkey Hill Line, whichever route you take, just cooperate with us, please. We are begging for your cooperation. Don't wait until you get a ticket to say, oh, you did not know, or you want to beg a chance. No. If you're willful, we're going to do what we have to do. So, until we meet again next time, be safe on the roads, both pedestrians, motorists. Obey the speed limit. As our theme song says, slow it down. Good morning to Mr. Hollywood, if you're listening. And also thanks to our sponsors, Caribbean Alliance Insurance Company Limited. So until we meet again, goodbye and be safe. Thank you.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never, so why all the hurry? Is the main cause of plenty mishaps. The road is now a racetrack, threatening life and property, and all the results.
Portsmouth's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less and save more. How, you ask? Essential Everyday and Equiline. Spend less on our essential everyday products and get the best quality, the best taste, and the best value. Spend less for all your family health and beauty needs with the Equiline brand of over-the-counter products. Portsmouth Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less. With our essential everyday products and Equiline over-the-counter health and beauty care products. Shop smart and spend less at Value Mart, where price matters most.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Good morning and welcome back to Island Tea right here on WINNMedia SKN.
Yes. Morning again.
The time is now 9:13 a.m. on Monday, May 17th. And we regret to announce the loss of Kevon's internet.
Yes.
So Kevon dropped out. Hopefully he's back before we end the show. But we're gonna move on with more tea time.
Not as good as Kevon, but you
Hey! Just trying to fill gaps.
Yeah.
Just trying to fill the gaps. But
What?
Better move the mic while I'm talking directly into it.
Oh. I think my brain works weird sometimes.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it is delay.
Yeah.
It works on a delay sometimes. Don't judge me.
Yeah, but in some local news, which I found very interesting actually.
Yes, we have to tell the people that one. before we move on.
Yeah, it was very interesting to hear. There was an address made by the Minister of Education, the Honorable John L. Powell, and it was interesting because, well, let's tell the people exactly what he said.
Yeah, because some might not know.
Yeah, so all government educational institutions, including early childhood centers, primary and secondary schools, will have a 2-day midterm break from Thursday, May 20th to Friday, May 21st. The Minister with responsibility for education, John L. Powell, made the announcement on Friday, May 14th, after he explained why the decision was being made. We are very much aware of the demands placed on our teachers and employees in the early childhood centers, primary and secondary schools, especially during this year as we grapple with challenges associated with COVID-19 pandemic. Our officers in these facilities have gone beyond their customary call of duty, and we would like to ensure that they would not be burnt out, he explained. Powell went on to point out a change to the national assessment for students transitioning from primary to secondary institutions. There will be no test of standards for primary schools this year. All primary schools will be responsible for the development and implementation of the end-of-year assessment under the guidance and support of the Curriculum Development Unit. So that's the CDU. According to a release from the Education Media Unit, the same method of placement used for students transitioning from primary to secondary schools last year would be used for the placement of children who enter high school in the 2021-2022 school year. The approach that will be used will involve the review of students' academic record for grade 5 and the exiting grade 6 record for the current school year. In addition to this, there will be a process of consultation between grade 6 teachers and secondary schools to allow for complete review of students' performance, Powell explained. So there's two things happening. One, like you said, they're getting a midterm break, which is something that is
needed,
and new.
Necessary.
You get basically you're getting a long weekend.
A longer weekend, basically.
Yeah, you get a long weekend. So you get up the Thursday, the Friday, you're back on the Monday.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is welcome by teachers.
Wait, no, Monday's a holiday. Monday's not a holiday?
Yeah, but Monday's a holiday. No. So they go back on a Tuesday.
Oh.
That's what happening? They go back on a Tuesday?
It has to be.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good that's a good piece of holiday. Right?
Yeah, so that kind of works out nice midterm break.
Yeah.
And kudos to the ministry for recognizing, sometimes teachers do really need these little breaks.
Sometimes?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I have to, trust me, I have to tip my hat to you guys. As if you were a teacher, you could attest to these things. That's one of the hardest jobs for anyone to have because you have to deal with multiple kids with multiple personalities on a day-to-day basis.
It ain't even just about personalities. You're dealing with children who have all sorts of issues going on in their life. Sometimes, and not only that, I do believe also that there's a numbers issue. I think a lot of the classrooms are really overpopulated, especially in the urban areas. It's not as bad in some of the schools outside of town, but definitely in town for sure. Having a class with 30 children is a very hard task to manage everybody.
I remember 30 different names, 30 individual people. You have to give 30 individual people your attention every day.
Yeah. Even them early childhood centers,
Tip my hat to big up Jaden's teachers.
You got to have a love for that, boy.
Literally, you have to. That's a lot of toddlers and babies and to deal with.
I am also very happy, and I'm hoping that this is something that we could continue as we move forward. The elimination of the standardized test for movement up to secondary schools from the primary schools.
That's interesting.
I am hoping that this remains the case, where your placement in high school, where you go, and the thing is, because we still stream, because we stream in most of the high schools, if not all the high schools, I do believe that there's something to be said for it being your placement being judged on a more long-term performance-based criteria, as opposed to how you did on these 4 tests. You know, like it to me, it's just, I don't, and that's not saying they shouldn't have tests. Like you could have tests.
You have to have tests, because you can't. How would you figure out?
No. What I'm saying is, I don't think the test of standards alone should be used to judge. Like, yeah, you could have tests. You could have tests to accept. This is my thing. Tests should be something that allows the teachers to judge the progress of the students, and if they grasp the content that was being put over to them. Because sometimes it might not really be just the student. Sometimes the teacher may not have put it over in a way that most of the class understood, or may have overlooked something. So it's not just an assessment of the students, but also of the teacher. I mean, and so if you look at it in that way, then you recognize that it is important, but to then bring it down to this one test to decide basically your fate.
Putting all this pressure on these little kids, man.
Man, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Standardized tests are rough, especially when we have situations where we know that there's children in the primary schools who may not have been, if they have any learning disabilities, may not have been catered to or even identified in some cases.
I was just about to say, like a lot of these kids might be autistic, or they have other little things that the teacher may not have picked up on. And it's not a matter of they can't do the work, but because the way that they were taught is different to how they learn, it might hinder their chance. So I agree with you on this one.
Yeah, I really feel we need to go on a more long-term performance assessment as opposed to these standardized tests to determine these things. But like I said, I'm hoping that as we move forward, that this could be one of them things that we could look back and say is one of the positives that came out and that came out of the pandemic. Like, we're having these little victories, things that should have happened a long time.
Yeah, like a 4-day work week.
Oh, hopefully that happens.
Working from home.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
And toes, because necessary. Actually, speaking of, the actually saw an article yesterday that says long working hours are killer. WHO study shows. World Health Organization study shows. Just in case anybody needs to know who is. Working 55 hours or more per week is a serious health hazard, said Maria Nero, Director of the WHO's Department of Environment, Climate Change and Health. We've been saying that, but Working long hours is killing hundreds of thousands of people a year in worsening trend that may accelerate further due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the World Health Organization said on Monday. In the first global study of the loss of life associated with longer working hours, the paper in the journal Environment International showed that 745,000 people died from stroke and heart disease associated with long working hours in 2016. That was an increase of nearly 30% from 2000. Working 55 hours or more per week is a serious health hazard, said Maria Nero. Whoa. What we want to do with this information is promote more action, more protection of workers, she said.
Well, I can tell you something, like, one of the things that I think has become very dangerous in our society is this romanticization of the workaholic. Like, people romanticize being workaholics, like as
They
if it's like this
do.
great thing, like, yo, like suicide by work ain't sexy.
No. People always have to be on this I need to hustle mentality. How about, wild thought, businesses pay people a livable wage so they don't have to work themselves to death? How about that?
Yeah.
Wild concept.
Yeah, I think this thing about businesses operating in a way to extract the most profit and all of that, even that in itself is something that we say, and we don't say it with condemnation. Like there's certain things that that companies need to also be concerned about and prioritize, not just everything secondary to profits.
Yeah.
Right?
Because and the thing is, right, it's so funny, we see how easily people are replaced. Like if I imagine I could be working hard 25 days a week for a company and I get sick and then they replace me with somebody else because I am no longer able to work, and there's besides social security and stuff, there's no benefit from the business for that after they give me maybe a payout. It's not like they care about me enough to come back and check on me or constantly be in my life. So when we always work ourselves to death for companies, we have to understand that we are replaceable and we are human.
Yeah. But we have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning, you're live on Island TV. I think we may have lost a caller. Let's see if we get this one. Caller, good morning, you're live on Island TV. Whoop. No. Feel free to call back, guys. Hopefully you ain't run off the phone because your boss realized you're trying to call in.
Listen, I heard some rules for some businesses, right? And thank my lucky stars I don't work for these places because I don't know how I would. It's so inhumane sometimes, the rules and the regulations. It feels like jail. It feels like you're in jail making money for a company. Like that you have to ask.
Like what kind of rules? Tell me some rules.
One, for instance, right? There's this place that told their workers that they can't go to any more funerals. They've went to enough for the year. They've hit their funeral quota.
Oh, you see, the problem is with that. Some people that abuse them things.
I understand, but there's actual people that have people that they need to go and pay their respects to.
Yeah. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT.
Hey, good morning, Jade. They call those people the Columbus, When we were young, some people got funeral every day.
I'm talking about those people.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the people who just have to go to funerals.
But that's where the rules come in.
Yeah, but if you have to go every day of the week.
Yeah.
Because we are so related, you know what I mean? Now let me get to this overwork business. A lot of us get the impression that we are irreplaceable. And so sometimes even when the company or the boss does not require it, they won't go home. The thing becomes their life. There are many people who even refuse to take vacation. And they think it's a badge of honor. Well, I haven't taken a vacation for years. I mean, you're edging towards the grave. And some people sometimes out of, you may call it greed, you may call it necessity, you may call it envy. We want certain things. So your job gives you 8 hours. And then you want to buy this thing, whatever it is. And you therefore commit yourself to another establishment or even your own business and put in the lot of hours. So you always fatigue. This is what kills you, the stress and the fatigue. And I want to encourage people, you don't have to go away for a vacation. Get up from especially the government desk, because according to the rules, senior officers should not have any more than 54 days. That's what you're entitled to, it. And after that, you get 27 a year for the senior and 21, I think, for the lower. But there are people, I ain't got nowhere to go, so. And that arises the question of corruption, If you look on Transparency International, it says one sign of corruption is people who refuse to leave the desk because they don't want anybody else to go by it. So I want to encourage people, give yourself a break. I retired at 55, and I said, look, my job was very taxing, pushing. And when I was 55, I said, not another day work. Too many of our people work until, some of them don't even get the Social Security.
Yeah.
They don't get it, so think about it. You may think that you are irreplaceable, and as Jade say, before they even bury you, somebody's on the desk by the chair. And the children, sometimes when you're killing up yourself, they don't care. So you got to look at your own health. You know, and I want to encourage men especially, males, they have to prove that they're so strong and they're well able. And depriving the family of the time. Oh, we got to work, and they're working, especially in construction. They're tired and worn out, but they don't go home and rest. They go on somewhere else to do something else. So I want our people to put your health first. And all of us who think we are irreplaceable, well, not me, you know. All of you who think you're replaceable, you are only pushing yourself towards the grave, and you can't blame nobody. Now, you see this work at home? This work at home is inducing it, you know, because I have had to talk to people who are required 40 hours a week. But the bosses, because they think they're home, keep pushing so much work on them that they actually spend more, maybe 10, 11 hours just trying to do a task. Or when you're home in your house, you don't got to go bathe. You don't have to go nowhere. And they increase your number of working hours when they're only paying you for 8. So some of your bosses who are doing it, making life unbearable for those who are working at home. Think about it. You are actually killing the golden goose. Thank you.
All right, caller. Thanks for your comments. Yeah, I think that life is about balance, right? And being able to really balance between your work life, your personal life, and I think sometimes, and I'm guilty of this too. Like sometimes you're just a bit you don't really catch that balance. You don't really catch that balance, and it's difficult sometimes to think. I've been guilty of sometimes putting a bit too much on that side, and maybe not on relationships, maybe not on family, and that kind of thing.
We're going to be alone forever.
No, talk for yourself, yeah. No, man, Jade gonna love you forever. You ain't gotta worry. Jade gonna be there. You ain't gotta worry about
That's
it.
true.
Yeah,
Until he gets his girlfriend, and then I'm back to being alone.
Yeah, you actually gone in, eh?
Yeah.
You actually gone in. But I feel like understanding now that it's more than just speculation. That it's proven this type of behavior shortens the lifespan.
Working people to death, literally.
Some people working themselves to death. Like that's really what's going on. But guys, we're gonna take a short break and be right back because we have some special guests in the studio with us this morning. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Island Tea right here on WINNMedia SKN.